Hey everybody, it's Tiffany from Quilter's Workshop, and today we're going to be doing a video about my kitchen table. I recently moved and we bought our house, so now we kind of feel like we have the opportunity to really make it our own. And also, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I think I posted it on Instagram, I don't remember, but anyway, several months ago, my boyfriend actually made me a coffee table that is the farmhouse style. So I'll show it to you really quickly. Actually, the lighting is horrible because it's kind of late at night, but this is what it looks like. So it's got the white bottom and the dark top. So anyway, so this is the table, and I want to make it match the coffee table because, as you can see, it's a really open concept setup, and I'm going to be doing that now, and I'm a little bit more motivated to do it because I have an event coming up that I'm hosting for someone at my house in about a month. So I really just want to make sure that it looks nice and everything. So anyway, so I'm going to do a little bit of a haul and show you what I'm starting with quickly. So for the top of the table, I'm obviously going to be sanding the whole thing down, and I'm going to be doing the top, the dark stain, and the legs, and this part, the white. And then the same with the chairs. So the seat of the chairs are going to be stained, and all of the spindles and the legs are going to be painted white. So this is the stain that I got. I got it in the shade Dark Walnut, and it's the Minwax brand. And then to go over top of that, I stuck with the same brand. And I got the Minwax Fast Drying Polyurethane in Clear Satin. And the funny story is that I had actually gone to Lowe's earlier today by myself because, you know, I was all girl power and stuff and thought that I could choose these things alone, and I apparently bought the wrong type of the top coat. I'm trying to realize the mistake that I did. I think the stain that I got was oil-based, and then the top coat that I bought was for water-based, and apparently you can't mix those. So lesson learned, so I had to return the other one that I had purchased, and then Evan helped me choose this one, which he thought was more suitable. And then to paint the rest of the table, I do not want to use chalk paint because I've read some not so great things, and I really want this to last a while. So I went with this paint. It's the Sherwin-Williams Ovation Paint and Primer. So I hope that means that it will hold up. It says that it can be used on wood and things like that, so it should be fine. And then I have my assistant here as always. Hello, assistant. And then I picked up a few extra supplies. I don't need this paint tray, but I picked it up when I was at the dollar store just now because for a different project I need it. So I got some foam paint brushes for only $1.50. And then I also got, I didn't even know that they sold these there, but I guess they sell everything now, don't they? And this was also $1.50, and I got 2 sanding blocks, which I thought were useful, and they were a lot cheaper than the ones at Lowe's. So I don't know if I'll actually end up needing them or not, but I just thought I'd pick them up anyway, because I hate when you have to go back to the store a million times. Then I got 2 drop sheets because they were only $1.50 a piece, and they were 8 by 12, and I think that's plenty big. I don't know if I'll need both of them for this project, but I guess they would be good to have on hand. And then I don't know if these are going to be absolutely horrible quality, like maybe they'll be absolutely no good, but I thought I would try them anyway. It's a 5-pack of Pro Painter brushes in assorted sizes, and they were only $2. And then my assistant is currently covering this product, but yes, I'm sorry to disturb you, but I got some sandpaper as well at the dollar store. So I'm just filming this part on my phone because both of my memory cards right now are full, so I have to deal with that, but I don't really want to do that. I just want to keep working for a minute. So I finished sanding just the table. Haven't moved on to the chairs yet or anything, but this took a lot longer than expected. But I think I'm ready to go, so I'm gonna go in with my first coat of stain. I finished staining it, I wiped it off, and this happened. It got Evan to recheck it several times before I stained it to help me keep looking for areas that looked glossy to him, because I knew that like this was a possibility of happening because I had done some research obviously before I did this project, and I knew that that's what happened if you don't sand enough. So my friends, I spent about a day and a half sanding this, so guess I'm gonna do more. So I've wiped all of it off like really thoroughly now as well, so that when I go to sand it, it won't hopefully it won't, you know, ruin the sandpaper and stuff. But here we go. All right, friends, so we sorted out the top. I don't remember if I said that in my last clip. So I ended up wiping it, like the first time that I stained it and I wiped it off, a lot of it didn't hold because of not sanding properly in enough spots. Anyway, so I think I got it sorted. It's not as perfect as I'd like it to be, but I think once I put the varathane over the top, or the polyurethane, sorry, I think it will look better. And then I just did one coat of the white on this one leg because I wanted to see how it was going to hold, so that's why it looks a little like streaky and bare and stuff. But now I'm going to do all the rest. And then the other thing that was really difficult was that the table has a little groove here and then another groove, and as you can see, when I stained it, it didn't hold because I didn't sand this down well enough, because it's like really impossible. So I'd gone to the store to get some of the same, like the paint that I was using. So that paint there that I was using to do the white on the legs, I thought, what if I just got the same sort of paint and just did this area as well as the seat of the chairs, because there's no way that I'm going to be able to perfectly sand like all in between there and then have all of them look the same given how blotchy the table came out. So then I had to get a bunch of paint chip samples, which you'll see on the table there. My assistant is back from her break. So I went to the store thinking that I would just be able to match it fairly easily, and I couldn't. So I had to bring samples home, go back to the store, and get this. So we will see how that goes. So I finished doing all of the white, and I think it looks quite a lot better. I don't know, oops, there you go. Yeah, I think the white looks really good. So anyway, like I was saying in the last clip, I purchased this smaller little can of paint based off of a paint sample, but I'm pretty disappointed. And we rushed at Lowe's because we had to be somewhere. But basically, the girl had given me a bunch of swatches, and I chose this one, which was called Phantom Mist. And I thought that it was, like, as you can see, like pretty good with like most of the darker areas and stuff. But it looks like purple in the tin. I don't know if it's showing that same way on the camera or not, but it looks like crap on there. So I don't know if I even want to bother with that, or if I should just do it white. Like, I don't know. Not impressed. Don't like it. So this is what I'm going to be using. It's the Minwax Fast Drying Polyurethane in Clear Satin. And so I'm going to put this on. It says to do thin layers, so I'm going to put one on now, and then it needs 3 to 4 hours to dry. So in the morning, if I think it needs another one, then I'm going to do that. It says you're supposed to give it a stir. Oh, it's very thin. Oh, weird. The bottom is really thick. Hey, Evan. Is the bottom of the can of polyurethane supposed to be chunky like honey?
Please, whatever you do, just don't tell anyone. You saved Chuck's life. You did that because I'm Chuck's mama.
What'd you find out?
At the first record of
On the Upper East, we always have 3. There's his, hers, but the most important is always mine.
Come in. Oh, Dorota, you didn't have to bring me breakfast.
It's
Serena, you must taste test my new kremla. These bad boys take Warsaw faster than Red Army.
Oh, thank you, but do you mind just setting it down over there for a minute? I have to finish what I'm...
Okay, friends, so just an update on the table. So I don't know how many coats I've done of the polyurethane. Quite a lot, probably like 5 or 6 now. I don't know. My boyfriend just keeps telling me that it looks like it needs more. I think the coffee table that he did for me had about 4 or 5. But it looks nice and glossy to me. I just want it to be like good enough that it will last a long time and I won't have to redo it. I feel like the way the light is coming in, there we go. That's a more true representation of the color. What you're seeing in the camera is pretty accurate to the way it is in real life from this angle here. Obviously there's a reflection from the light there, but anyway, so the chairs, I think I had mentioned in another clip that I initially wanted to stain the top of the chairs to be the same as the table, but changed my mind about it because of the trouble I had with it. So this chair here needs another coat. As you can see, it's a little patchy. That chair there is pretty well done, I think. What I keep doing is just doing like light coats over and over, and then as they dry, I just kind of look at the spots that I might have missed and then touch them up. So there's only 5 chairs, and I think this one is the only one that still needs a little bit of love. I'm not sure. Well, maybe a little bit on this one on the seat bit. That one over there I know is done for sure. That was the first one I went for. So anyway, somebody from a paint store told me to just leave them as is without putting a top coat on, because I'm not sure if I mentioned in a video, but when I was doing the table, I went to put this same polyurethane that I used for the top and the edge on here. And I thought it would be okay because this edge here is actually paint as well. It's that little paint can over there, the Sherwin-Williams one. So I got that tinted to match the top. So the polyurethane worked fine here, so I thought that it would be okay here. I'd read some reviews online that the polyurethane makes white paint, specifically for people who use chalk paint, made it yellow over time, and it was like instant. I had put a little tiny bit with my brush like on this part because I was going to start on this leg, and it like turned it yellow like right away. So I wiped it off quickly before it could dry because it kind of freaked me out a little bit. So I thought, well, the table might be able to get away with nothing, but the chairs, they feel fine. They don't feel rough or anything, but I would like something that would allow me to wipe them down and not have to worry about actually making contact with the paint every time that I cleaned them. So I picked up this. This is the Varathane Premium Diamond Wood Finish Water-Based Outdoor Satin Crystal Clear. And it said on it that it was non-yellowing. So I just bought a small can because I feel like that will be enough, because I don't think I would have to do multiple coats, and it's just a quick thing to put on the chairs. I don't really care about doing the table too much, but anyway, so we'll see if that works at all.